Hi, my name's Matt McNeany. I'm the CEO of Code. Code is a creative technology agency. What we do is we work with brands and agencies to help them understand how technology is changing our industry and help them implement that change and navigate through it. As Nicola kindly said, I've been banging on about this for quite a long time. We've been in Shoreditch for 9 years, so welcome to our manor. It's great to have you all here. And my pitch is that technology is what you agencies do because it's what your clients do and it's part of our marketing mix. I'm under strict instructions from Janet to make it upbeat and talk about the opportunity and not tell everybody that they're screwed, so here we go. Opportunity number one, there's money in this. So there is budgets moving. So the LinkedIn guy talks about this already. Budget is moving from the IT department to the marketing department. And the trend is that the marketing guys will have bigger IT budgets than the IT guys within 2 years, five years or whatever. So there's new money to go after. Opportunity number two is that there's the need for direction and leadership in the space. So this is an IBM survey which says 80% of CMOs thought that technology was going to make their world more complicated over the next 5 years. Only 50% of them felt ready for that change. Half of them are lying. So there's a big gap here of people who need help in how to navigate the changes in the industry, and the people they go to are their trusted advisors in agencies if we step up to that space. And opportunity number three really is about shaping the attitudes and the ambitions. So this is another quote from the IBM study, which we really like because you can read it in one of two ways. So you can read it in the, oh my God, my life's a nightmare. I feel more like a CIO than a CMO. I've got all this bloody technology which I have to figure out now as part of my world. Or you can read it in the, it's fantastic. Suddenly I've got all this technology which allows me to engage with my customers, to learn more about them, to maintain dialogue. And lots of people sort of sit in between and they look to their partners and their agency partners to help them shape those attitudes within their own organizations and to take those opportunities. So this is the space that we encourage you to move into. Quick look at what's happening on the client side, and then we'll have a look at what it's meaning for the agency side. So historically, all of a year ago, Forrester did a survey. They looked at the attitudes between the marketing department and the IT department, and it's a relatively cliched result, but the marketing guys saw the IT guys as the people who said no. When you went to them to put an ECRM system in, you got back, it's going to take 3 years and cost £1 million to do, and there was no recognition of the urgency of the need for IT evolution. Conversely, the IT guys looked at the marketing guys as flighty, no understanding of scalability, irresponsible, to say nothing of their agency partners who wouldn't be trusted at all. So two departments with not much interaction and very little trust between them. We see that trend, or we see that ending in the rise of these people, marketing technologists on the client side. So they're relatively new, and they go by different names. They don't get often called marketing technologists. Sometimes you find them as Pfizer call them business technologists, and they put in a technology specialist in with each brand team to drive the technology strategy. Somebody like Marks & Spencer's have got a marketing technology procurement team who, as well as buying technology, are also influencing the strategy. Kimberly-Clark, there's the kind of job search there, talk about the director of marketing technologies. They come from a digital space and from all sorts of different places. But what they share in common is a number of traits, and these are what I think we as service providers need to reflect and deliver back to people. So their job is to reflect the marketing strategy and the technology strategy, and actually recognize that these things are interdependent and intertwined and inseparable. So the technology strategy should be the embodiment of that. They're collaborative. They don't reject the difference between marketing and IT. They just don't understand it. They're experts in both technology and in brands, and fluent in both languages. They believe in agility. We've heard a lot today about agility and failing fast and always in beta. And an iterative approach is very cool, and regular deliveries is great. But you also need scalability in this as well. So we're not here talking, about trialing products. We're talking about delivering significant systems for clients. And Steve Jobs talks about real artists ship. Real artists actually deliver scalable pieces of technology. And we've got through the entire day almost without talking about the cloud. So this is a big thing within marketing technology. It's about the processing power that we need for this. They get data, and we've had a bit of it on data, but data that you can use, data which will give you insights, which will allow you to instigate action. And the marketing technologists the good ones are obsessive about the glue. So they're obsessive about the things that join up pieces of technology. So whether that's a common tagging standard or a common taxonomy for your data or APIs or integration, because they recognize that's where the value lies to the organization. So that's the clients. What does it mean for us? Well, if we've got new clients, we've got new requirements, we've got new needs from the suppliers. So it used to be pretty simple. The marketing guys worked with agencies of different flavors. The IT guys worked with products. They bought technology products, and then they employed consultants to make those products work. So if you accept my premise that we're seeing this new form of client in the middle who are a hybrid of marketing technology, who's servicing their needs and where do they go to get their support? They go to creative technology partners. So the opposite of the client-side marketing technology is the creative technology vendor. And we hear a lot about creative technology in our business, and it's often been the guy in the studio who knows a bit of Flash and who can build something. And I think that short sells the opportunity, because the clients are looking from their creative technology partners, they're looking for advice on a few things. They're looking for help and advice on how technology can give creative businesses and brands new ways of working. So new ways of implementing their communications in a more efficient and a more effective way, and having constant engagement with their customers. They're looking for how technology can give new ways of engaging, and in the creative session before, I think we saw a lot of that, where they're looking for these new platforms to have a dialogue with their consumers. And I think in the last area, and again something that's not been touched on too much, is they're looking for creative technology partners to help them with the evolving business models. So how do you monetize technology, and how do you impact on your revenue base and your cost base to improve your overall business performance? So the clients are looking for the creative technology partners to help them move from something like this, which is, if you guys follow a guy called Scott Brinker, is one thing to remember from this, because he's the best source of information. So I stole this slide off him. And that's a kind of snapshot of the marketing technology landscape from a few months ago. There's a lot of great widgets on here, there's a lot of great solutions, but what there is not is an overall architecture for a client's, for a brand's business. So they're looking to people to help them move from these kind of one-off widget campaign-driven approaches to an architecture which can drive continuous improvement and monetization within their companies, to help them shape that and figure out, well, those technology widgets are going to come and go, but our technology architecture, our marketing technology architecture, shouldn't be so volatile and should be able to accommodate those changes. So if that's the space, it's getting crowded. So here's, there's the opportunity, and maybe a threat if we don't do this. Agencies are trying to get into the space, traditional creative and media agencies. A number of the digital agencies are obviously evolving into it. There's people like me, tech consultants who've come from a communications space, the product vendors coming upstream, and big five consultancies, particularly Accenture, doing a lot in going after these new budgets. So it's kind of time to get on with it. A few final thoughts, and I'm going quickly because Janet told me to. The clients are getting pretty good at the tech stuff. So I spend my life kind of half the time working with agencies, half the time working with clients on the role of marketing technology. I have to try much harder in the client meetings than I do in the agency meetings. The standards in there, the understanding of technology, and not just from how to develop platforms, generally is better, or is certainly improved a lot within the client organizations. And we as agency people, and I put myself in that space, we've got to do better on that. Derived from that is we're in a war for talent. We just heard a little bit about that. And if I'm a young guy and I speak brand and I speak technology, going client side is a pretty good proposition at the moment, because I get access to some budgets, I get access to some investment, and I can really make some change. And we want to address that because we need the best people on our side. Technology has a different revenue model to advertising. So for years working in advertising, we've been talking about needing to be paid for our ideas. Well, in technology you do, because it's an IP sale and you can derive licenses from it. So the commercial opportunity is there to generate significant margins out of your technology deliverables and put that onto your bottom line. And then final slide, and this is from a report that came out a couple of weeks ago from eConsultancy on the progression of agency value. That's the other thing you should do is get this report. It's really great. And it's a quote that, again, you can read in one of two ways. You can read it in, so the quote is, it's hard to know where the advertising industry starts and stops anymore. So you can read it in the way that Steve presented it. This is not the industry I joined anymore. Where have all the certainties gone? Or conversely, the opportunity is, this industry has changed completely. Look at the opportunities I've got to use technologies to deliver business transformation, which is kind of why I got into the industry in the first place, to change my clients. That's it. Thank you very much.